fly high airlines. You have business class, tourist class. As we were doing this throughout, the first thing I would always do is identify your X's and Y's. And the way that I do it is whichever thing they're talking about first goes with X, and then whatever second goes with Y. So to me, what I would say right away is that X is the business class, and Y would be our tourists. Okay? To charter a plane, you have to have 5 business and 9 tourists. Plane does not hold more than 30. They make $40 for business, 45 for tourists. In order to maximize profits, how many tourist seats should they sell? So, you've got your X's and your Y's. What is your objective? What is your goal here?
Maximize profit.
In this problem, where does it discuss profit?
Talk about 40 and 45.
Okay, you've got your 40 and your 45. So, $40 of profit is for your business, so 40 goes with your X. And 45 is your profit for Y. There's that. After that, it talks about at least a certain amount of seats for one and at least a certain amount of seats for another. What is the bare minimum seats they have to sell in business class? 5 of them. Can they sell 5?
Yeah.
Can they sell less than 5? No. So it's X is greater than or equal to 5. Excitement. The tourist class, they want to sell at least 9 of them. And they sell 9. And they sell less than 9. So it's greater than or equal to 9. How many seats does the plane hold? 30. Can you have more than 30? Bless you. No, it will crash and die. But you can have some sort of combination of the two to get you there. Can you have negative people besides you? See what I did there?
Yeah.
Not you. Trace is very negative about this. Bless you. Very negative about this morning. But you're complaining air performance.
I'm just
First problem. First thing we want to look at here then, where are your largest intercepts? 30s, very good. So I have 30s for intercepts for both X and Y. Inward or outward?
Inward.
Inward, very good. From there we have 2 other constraint parts. X is greater than or equal to 5, and Y is greater than or equal to 9. So, bless you, so it's a vertical line through 5. When I have a vertical line through 5, I know that that X value remains constant at 5. So when it hits that diagonal we just placed, the X coordinate there has to be 5. Remember, that value of 5 ran into this equation. 5 plus what is 30? 5. Okay.
Wait, what? 920.
Why? That would be the other line. I just did X. Now with
I said it back.
the other one is at 9. So the Y value remains constant going horizontally. When that horizontal line at 9 hits the vertical line at 5, that means the ordered pair is 5, 9. When it hits here, it's 9 for the Y value, which makes the X value 21. I did not shade my horizontal and vertical yet. It's got to be greater than 5, so it's moving to the right. It's got to be larger than 9, so it's moving up. So we have our possible range of values within those 3 points points of inflection. I forgot what the word was called. So your points of inflection are at 5, 25, 21, 9, and 5, and 9. Pressing some buttons in your calculator, you will figure out rather quickly which one is the largest value. And then the last part of the question was, what was it? Is that what it says? Yeah. So it's very easy. A lot of times with this stuff, guys, the big mistakes that most people make is they'll flip-flop their x's and y's halfway through the problem. So you just gotta be careful to make sure you always refer back to what you're talking about in terms of business or tourists with what was x and y. So let's see here. I got 1325 here. $12.45 here. And $6.05 here. G, which one of those numbers is the largest? Sorry. It has nothing to do with numbers. I'm illiterate. It's a number. Would that be not illiterate? Be ill-numerate?
I thought there was something.
So he's ill number literacy. I don't speak so good. All right, one more. Dance theater. Please don't ever do that again. You really, really made us all feel dumber. Thank you. So dance theater company, guys, is going to the University of Georgia. According to the school policy, no more than 2,000 general admission tickets can be sold, and no more than 4,000 student tickets can be sold. So right away, we have two things they're talking about. Student tickets, general admission tickets. Which one did they talk about first? General admission. So right away, we say X is our general admission. Okay? And then my Y values will be the students. Okay? It costs 50 cents to advertise the dance company to students and $1 to advertise to the general public. Why they're two different prices is beyond me, because students are part of the public realm, so I guess maybe they get a deal in the student newspaper. I don't know. And they have an advertising budget of $3,000 for the show. Find the maximum profit the company can make if it charges $4 for a student, $7 for general admission. Question came up yesterday. Is this talking about, do you have to back out the costs that you're incurring per advertising budget? No. The only time that something like that would be is if I worded it differently, where if I don't tell you what the profit is, if I say you buy a shirt for $20 and you sell it for $26, what's your profit? $6. That's when you'd have to figure that stuff out. For this stuff, though, we're just going with what they say is what their profit value is. So the profit here is $4 for students and $7 for general admission. What happens with this question that will trip people up is notice how they talked about the students first in terms of the profit, and general admission second. That's why it's important to label your X and Y values first. So this is actually 7X plus 4Y. It's very common for people to flip that because they thought it's where it comes from. So it's super, super important to always label your variables first. Okay? From there, they had an advertising budget. They talked about money. How much money could they spend? $3,000. They had $3,000 They can spend up to and include the $3,000, so it's going to be less than or equal to $3,000. It said that it costs $1 per general admission and 50 cents for the students. So far, so good. Do I have to put that one there? But I'm thinking of it in terms of money. It's $1. I got your dollar. TV commercial. No more than 2,000 general admission tickets can be sold. So you can sell up to and including 2,000. And Y was up to and including, was it 4,000, I think? Thank you. Can we have negative tickets? We have negative people. Aside from somebody in the back corner. I was pointing this way, but it wasn't you. Not you today. I'm sorry. Ivan's illiterate. He doesn't understand what I'm talking about. Here's where people mess up. Intercepts. Cover and solve. You have an x-intercept at 3,000, a y-intercept at 6,000. The y-intercept is 6,000 because it's half of what number is 3,000 is what that's asking for. Half of something is 3,000, therefore that y-intercept is at 6,000. Most people accidentally call it 1,500. So you have a y-intercept at 6,000. X-intercept at 3,000. Connect your dots. Inward or outward? Inward, good. So shade in. And then it's just a matter of plotting our horizontal and verticals. So your vertical is at 2,000. Remember, when that 2,000 goes vertical, the x value remains constant at 2,000. It ran into that diagonal line at 1x plus half y is 3,000, so I substitute in here. 2,000 plus half of what number is 3,000? 2,000 plus half of what number is 3,000? 2,000. So your ordered pair is 2,000, 2,000. Okay. So far, so good? Then you have a horizontal line then through 4,000. What plus half of 4,000 is 3,000? What? Very good. So your x value there is at 1,000. Now these guys were all moving down and in. So we get our holding. Okay. Puts us into that parameter. We have test values then. 0, 4,000, 1,000, 4,000, 2,000, 2,000, and 2,000, 0. We're substituting in to our objective. So see, 7,000 plus 16,000 23,000. $22,000 and $14,000. So according to our question that was being asked, how many student tickets should be sold? Well, our student tickets are the Y value at the maximum, which is 4,000. Very good. What just happened? We substituted the points collected to our objective function and got our maximum value. The maximum value occurs at 23,000. The question was, how many student tickets were sold? So remember, you have to interpret the data that you're given. That would be the maximum, yes.
Yep. The highest.
There are two others. You have your tape decks and radios, or another airline one. Which one would you rather see?
The airline one.
Radio.
Two parts. So does the tape deck. Honestly, when you get to, guys, when you get to the airline one, it almost mirrors identically to the first airline. It just has the vertical and horizontal together. It's pretty quick. Ronaldo Electronica. Have any of you guys ever used the tape deck?
Yeah. What's it?
We actually found, we were cleaning out the basement, moving stuff around. I found a box of old mixed tapes that I made. With mixed tape. I don't have a tape player with me. But I also still have my original, I still have a Walkman.
I haven't.
That's awesome. Alright. You are manufacturing, ladies and gentlemen, you are manufacturing radios and tape decks. Which one did they talk about first? Radios. So I'm going to call X my radio and Y my tape deck. Yes, ma'am.
Will we just penalize if we accidentally put the wrong variable,
No, because you'll still get the same solution. You're still going to get the same way. Your graph would just be rotated 90 degrees. It's just by doing it, if you did it that way, all your information is just the same. You would still answer the same exact question. The value, as long as everything remains normal, you're going to be just fine. It's just when I see that first, I just write it down first. That's just my own suggestion to you guys to help you out. But if you do it the other way, as long as it's consistent, it's going to give you the exact same thing. Again, here, they have the capacity to make at most 600 radios and at most 500 tape decks. It costs the company $10 to make a radio and $12 to make a tape player. The company can spend $8,400 to make these products. They make a profit of $19 on each radio and $12 on each tape player. In order to maximize their profits, how many of each should they manufacture? So your objective again here in this case is to make profit, make some money. Now, going back into the problem, they have profit given to you in regards to two different things. Radios, tape decks. We chose X to be for the radio, so that means $19 on the radio plus $12 on our tape deck is your objective function. Okay. There are three other brief constraints here. One of them deals with money, when you're dealing with money, you have so much to spend. How much money do they have to spend? $8,400. Good. So they have $8,400 to spend. Can they spend more than that? Can they spend that?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's your less than or equal to. How much does it cost them to make a radio?
10.
And how much does it cost to make a tape player? There's your two there. After that, it talks about your overall capacity, your horizontal, your vertical, that way. You have a capacity to make at most 600 radios. So that means, can you make more than 600?
No.
Nope. So your X is less than or equal to 600, and your Y is less than or equal to 500. Which means we have to find some, what do you call it? Intercepts. So I can tell right away I have the largest intercept that I'm going to wind up with is 840. First quadrant problem. I have an 840 for an x-intercept here. And then if I go and find the y-intercept for that one, I believe it's at 700. That sound right? Inward or outward? Inward. Okay. You have a vertical then at x equals 600. So if halfway is 4-ish, so 6 is somewhere over here. 600. Vertical lines means that your x value remains constant. Right? So it hits this line with the ordered pair then of 600, comma, well, I have to substitute in. 10 times 600 is 6,000. I take 8,400 and I subtract 6,000 and I'm left with 2,400. 2,400 divided by 12 is? It's 200, right? Yeah. Okay. And it gets me 200. I do the exact same thing now with my y value. Y value remains constant at 500. It runs in here, it's moving down. So let's see, what's 5 times 12? 60, add a couple of zeros, we have 600. So let's see, we have, oh not 600, sorry, 6,000, it's 12. So we have 8,400, then subtract 6,000, 2,400, divide that by 10, we get 240. Again, you could go ahead and just use your calculator, it's not a big deal, but a lot of this math works out pretty well. Ordered pairs, 0, 500, 240, 500, 600, 200, and 600, 0. Objective function, I'm not going to try to multiply that in my head like I did the other stuff because that's a little bit more. First one gives you 6,000. $10,560. $13,800. Which one of those makes you the most money? 600, 200. Now, according to my ordered pairs, the 600 represents radios, the 200 represents tapes. Now, if you flip-flop those two, you would have had the same answer, you just would have had it in the order parallel would have written differently. Because your graph would have just been, instead of being 245 under here, then over here, you just moved it around. It's still, you still get the same, you'll get the same results. There we go. As you do, oh, sorry, what's up? Yes. Put your variables first. When you do those things, you write your variables first. You won't make that. Because I know you're equal plot your science and Now there is times where you could get out into this triangle here when you're working outward, trying to find minimal cost. It's just when they flip-flop some of the parameters on you. It is a very, very common thing. So, I got a couple more. We're almost done with this. Nope. It was a stealthy skill check. One more. Ladies and gentlemen, spread out a little bit. Should not take very long. Should not be. And then, like I said, I only have that one. That's fine. It's different than the other. You want to do it twice? You guys don't have it. Go step by step.
Look.